after we crashed the Chevy, we were on foot, and so Narita had to walk to work, which wasn't too far, and I walked to school up to the campus, so we the next day or two we walked over to the grocery store, which was on Fifth North, and we were on Third North, and so we got our groceries and packed them back walking, and when we came by the just before we turned up to go up to our street, there was a 51 Ford convertible, and it was a light green, and we looked at it, and it didn't have a price on it, so the guy lived right in the apartments right in where he was parked in front of, so we knocked on the door, and he came out, and he said he wants $900 for it. Now this was in 1955, so $900 for a 51. That's only 4 years old, so it wasn't too bad to pay, because we didn't figure anyway. So we went to I says, well, we're interested, and so because Narita and we thought we would like to have a convertible, and so we went to the bank, and got a loan, and had to be paid off in a year, and so then we had that convertible, and we kind of enjoyed it. Of course, it was summer when we had it, and our friends that were going to school there with us, they got a used couch, but they didn't have any way to bring the couch down from where they lived down to where their house was. And I says, I'll help you out. So we put the top down on the convertible and drove up there, and they followed us with their car, and we loaded the couch on back of the car sideways. So it went way out on this side, way out on this side, but at least we had something to haul it down in. So we hauled it to their apartment, and we hauled it into the house. And the convertible was used for a truck.
Yeah.
But so we enjoyed it, and then in the wintertime, we put a blanket in the top, between the top and the metal form of it, and then I worked at the service station down there, and so I went to the wrecking yard and got a heater from underneath the seat heater. Buick's had it, and so I got one of those, and I hooked it up to the other heater in the car. So then we had the heater coming out of there, and the heater from underneath there, and it was nice and toasty, even in the snow area. And so we drove over to Star Valley, and after the next summer, we drove it over to Star Valley, and said, Mom, we want to take you for a ride in the convertible. No way. Say, come on, Mom, you'll just love it. I will not. Yes, you really will. We talked her into it. Of course, she had a scarf on, so I didn't mess her hair or anything, but we went around 2 blocks of cheese. I want out. She did not like it at all. But so I was working the service station, and we had a cover that went over the seat, the back seat, and snapped on the sides and on the back, and the top went down behind the seat, and so and then it covered that, and then there was 2 straps that went on over the front seats and underneath, and snapped there, and so one day I was down there working. It was a Sunday morning, I think, and there was nobody around, and so I painted that black, so it looked really good. But it had skirts on and everything, and then so when we went over to Star Valley that next summer, your mom was pregnant, and we went to Star Valley to live, because I was working at the Phillips service station. We rented this little house that was right across the street, diagonally from the high school, and straight across the street from the grade school, and there was in front of it there was they had a little store where they sold food to the students, and so Edens is, and they had a big house behind it, and then at the side of it was the house that the people started in when they built that big house, and it was only a one bedroom little house, like a cabin. So we rented it, and I think it cost us $20 a month to rent it. So we had only been in it about I don't know, a couple of weeks or so, but we went down to the furniture store and bought a couch, the old used couch, and hauled it up and put it in that little apartment we had. So we didn't live there very long because the Youngs that lived up in Grays River, they had bought a trailer house, a 28-foot, 2-bedroom trailer house, and it was brand new. And they had bought it, and they lived in it 1 week, and they didn't want it, so they sold it. They wanted to sell it. So this was our senior year coming up, and so we decided, well, that'd be a good deal. We could live it in this year, and then pull it to wherever we wanted to go, and when we got a job. And so they gave it to us just right there. All we had to do was take over the payments, and the payments were $75 a month, and so we did, and so we lived in it the senior year in Logan, and it was really nice. I'll tell you about that next time.